So day 52 here.
Is it 52 or
It's
54?
gotta be. I don't know.
We skipped one because it rained.
After 40 days, I just gave up on the whole timeline.
Yeah.
It's miserable. The weather's terrible. I feel good about testing and everything. I feel good about pretty much everything that happened Monday and Tuesday. Well, not so much Monday.
I mean, even then,
our testing went great.
It did.
I don't think it could have went better. We could have got a couple more, and then it would have went better.
For sure.
But I think that's the only way that it would have went better. Off the trailer, and I say off the trailer, first pass. First pass to go out and lay down a 383 at 198 mile an hour.
That's good.
On everything new just goes to show you why we have Brandon Stroud over here helping us.
For sure.
You could have all the best of the best, which is what I believe that we have. Which is what I believe that we have.
Oh, for sure.
And if you don't know what to do with the best of the best, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't help you out.
You got to have someone to put all the pieces together.
I mean, Brandon took us to a championship in MPK, and he doesn't stop there.
No.
Like, he does radial stuff too. So we called him up, which I talked to him about doing this race while we were still in PK.
Yeah, while we were winning the championship.
While we were winning the championship, I told him, "Hey man, I'd like to win a radial race this year."
He said, "Okay,
let's
do it.
Come on." So with that being said, testing went great. To go 83 first pass down, and then I think we knocked the tire off.
Nope, followed it right up with an 82.
Followed it right up with an 82 at 199. Picked up just a little bit. Didn't really pick up as much as what I thought we were going to. But then the next pass, we tried to pick up, and we got a little bit more aggressive with it. And this whole time in between passes, we're making bar changes. I took the shocks off that car, I don't know, 7 times. Monday and Tuesday.
Minimum.
Changing springs out, just trying to get the right amount of shaft showing so that we could get most extension we possibly could out of this rear end setup. Everything worked flawlessly with the car. There was a couple of little issues. EGTs didn't work on the passenger side. So Phantom rips everything apart trying to figure that out. And there's a process that you start with. None of them were working, so it couldn't be the probe. So you just eliminate everything you can. Finally, deep down inside on the firewall, he found a wire that had pulled out of the connector. And that just comes from moving things around. DMC had everything tore out of this car. The whole firewall was cut off this car, and they put a titanium firewall back in it. Thanks, TMS.
TMS Titanium.
So things like that are going to happen. Luckily, that was all it was. It wasn't anything big. He found that. He tracked that down. There was a couple of other things that Brandon said, look, if you guys are serious, and I said, I feel like we are. He said, then we need this and we need this. And those two things were a soft lockup.
Yes. Which is essentially, it's a dump on the lockup circuit, the way I understand it.
Yes. It makes, for this little 275 tire that we're running on, anything that hits the tire really hard,
it's holding, dude.
It's going to end up knocking it off. And the reason that it's holding is because we're already way out there.
Yeah.
He wants to bring the lockup in way sooner, but it'd be too violent for this small tire. Now, a big tire, this lockup would have worked fine. But on a small tire, because, with a big floppy tire, it's not going to hit that hard as it will on a small tire, because a lot of the sidewall will eat up.
It'll absorb
all of that. It absorbs it. You got this much sidewall on top of the tire and on the bottom of the tire, and it eats that up in there. So Phantom wired that all up, hooked that all up. It's kind of mechanical and a little bit of wiring. Just something that you hook up to the transmission. It's another dump. Got that done. And then something that they call wheelie control out here. For these cars, it's very crucial, I guess,
makes sense.
To not fly.
Yeah.
We don't want to fly with this car.
I mean, they used to call this place the home of the flying cars for a while.
And it's really cool to wheelie through the finish line. We've done it here.
Makes for good videos.
I've done it, and I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I want to keep the front end down, and I know that everybody, whenever we talked about coming here, everybody's like, oh, are you going to wheelie through the finish line again? Well, I hope not.
Preferably not.
I would really not like to not hurt this car. This is my baby, and we have a great time every time we race it, and I couldn't be happier. Like, even when things go bad, I'm smiling in this car. This car's, everybody knows how special this car is to me. So to come out here and go as fast as what we did, we're right by the starting line.
Yeah.
Thanks for the good seats, Duck.
Yeah.
I know he talks a lot of shit on us, calls us Cheeto eaters and stuff, but I've told you guys in the past, yeah, he might be an, but when we get here, he takes good care of us.
His online persona is much different than what he is in person. He's a good dude.
A lot of the stuff that he said, I don't know if he's a good dude or not.
He treats us right.
He treats us good.
Yeah.
He treats the racers right, is what he does. And I'm not saying that he just treats us good. He treats the racers right. So that goes a long ways when you're out here for a week. Makes me look past some of the stuff that he does online.
Yeah.
You know, I truly do like the guy.
Yeah.
He said some things though that, you know,
very questionable.
Very questionable. Anyways, but for us to come out here and then on the third pass that we went to the stripe, we knocked the tire off once or twice in there, and that is brutal. I know it's bad for you guys on the starting line because you got to go, and then you turn around.
Because you're all geared up to get all excited.
But I am in the car, and you wreck, and then you. Oh, and then you and you just got to kind of coast down the track, and it sucks. And it's just it's part of racing that we're not used to, because with big tire stuff, we're on a no prep track anyways. You're gonna probably pedal the car a couple of times. Man, once you knock this car tire off, it's pretty dangerous getting back in it, and I won't do it unless we're in eliminations. I won't do it.
I will not
do it unless we're in eliminations. You know,
or
this is my birthday. But everything couldn't have went better, I don't think. So then the last pass, we go up there, and now we laid down at 79.
You know, after we turned it around in 45 minutes, that was some MPK stuff right there.
Yeah, no, we had to. We were running out of time. They extended it from 3 to 3:30. If you're in the staging lanes by 3:30, then you're good. And when they extended that, I knew we had a chance. We came back over here, and we had 20 minutes, 15. Yeah. It was like 17 minutes is what we had to turn the car around. And luckily, once you knock the tire off like that, it doesn't get that hot.
Yeah.
So got it over here, got it turned around, got it back up in there, went up there, and went one flat to the 60-foot, 255 to the 330, and 379 at 198.
Almost 199.
Almost 199.
Basically 200.
That's basically 200.
It's almost 375.
Almost.
And pretty much sub 1 second 60 foot.
That's right. We may as well win 990 60 foot.
Pretty much.
But anyways, I'm going to try to focus on some lights today because I don't know. I wasn't cutting good lights yesterday.
You did.
And I did, and it slowly got worse every pass that I made.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You get 5 more.
Hopefully.
Hopefully
we get 5 more test qualifying passes, and then we'll start elimination. So we need to go out on this first pass today, and I'm just going to say it. We need to go out. We need to run 76.
That'd be cool.
376, 375. We need to be somewhere around there. And
in my opinion, that will qualify high.
That should qualify pretty high.
I was looking at qualifying sheets from last year, and number 1 was a 67, 2 was a 67 with like a 3, and then after that it kind of, but you know, top half was 76, 77. You know,
yeah. I think we'll be right in the mix around the mid 70s, and I honestly believe that by the weekend is up, that we're going to go faster than that.
I believe so.
To possibly dip into the 60s, and that would be
the OG going. I mean, it's already incredible the OGs went 370s.
Yeah. No, I literally said, what I asked you the other day, what would you be happy with leaving here? And my number is 75. If we run 75, that's a win for us. Coming out here. We've called it before. We've said it. We're once a year queers on these tires.
Yeah.
No, can't say that.
You might bleep that out.
On that now?
Someone will. We don't. Someone will.
Anyways, we got a little bit of time this morning.
I mean, once a decade, it seems like.
Yeah. It's been 9 years since we've been out here on a radial, and
things have changed.
Things have changed. We've gotten a lot faster. We went at 26 was the fastest we've been on a radial before.
26 or 28, one of the two.
Yeah.
And even then, I think that was the bigger radial. I think we were an LDR on the bigger tire.
I think so.
The 295. Yeah.
Anyways, we got a totally different car. Even though it's still OG, it's totally different car.
Yeah.
We got the right stuff, the right equipment, and the right people helping us, and this is how things come together.
Yep.
It could still go devastatingly bad
real quick,
but we're on the right track, and that's all we're going to shoot for. We've told you guys before, whenever we're racing nowadays, we're going to give it everything that we have. We didn't come here to try to make money off selling t-shirts, but we did bring t-shirts.
a lot of them.
So we came here hoping to do well at this race, and that's our goal. We're gonna finish up strong this weekend with the radial stuff, and we're gonna continue to be strong next week when it goes into the Pro Mod race.
Switch gears into blue.
So, other than that, we're gonna wait till they call our class. We've got like what three or four classes in front of us.
Probably go ahead and warm it up now.
And that's it right there. And then he got back in it. So I think we're gonna be all right. I know that I'm pretty comfortable in the car. And I also don't think that this is bad experience for me getting used to the lockup for next weekend.
For sure.
So.
For sure.
And if we can run anywhere close to what we ran in the Pro Mod, then.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Amazing.
Pretty crazy, man. We're the same weight, but on a tire half the size, in a car shaped like a brick.
Yeah. The radial stuff is just different, guys.
Yeah.
It drives different. It's.
Actually drive good.
Man, they drive good. It was very, very uneventful when the car goes. Which, uneventful is good, and uneventful is fast.
Smooth as fast.
So, that's where we're at with it.
Warm this deal up.
Wilson pit, but it's got a push bar mount on it now, but in this class you got to drive to and from the pit.
What's
Luckily,
today?
it fits right by the scales, but this thing's got a full-size radiator in it. I mean, old John Harrington,
I guess I took
boy
my
like
wheels
to
today, right? That's probably why those headers don't break that much, man. Them things didn't even hardly move whenever you went on that 4,000 two-step. Like, didn't even bounce or nothing with just one,
Yeah.
and that's not even tight.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Good, how are you, man?
Not bad.
Start out with a car, you can see through the quarter panels, and you end up with this very, very, very nice hot rod. You ever ride here, Jack? Shifting with this thing, and it's almost like it's just not really, stuck is not the right
See,
word.
look.
But, it just seems to just be right down
My
there.
knees
Low
don't look
370
bad in
zone.
here.
No.
This is 60s, but
But man, on the videos, maybe I had this like this whenever I was backing up. You know what I mean? Just around up here like this.
Yeah, maybe.
Get after it with the 60 foot, and it just picks
In the
up
videos
number.
and stuff, it looks like I'm
Old Brad Edwards, the
way
man first,
cramped
like
up in
cramped
here.
up in here, and I'm not.
Anything, which was RVW at the time. Now in Pro 275 with the same car. Still points going on the track.
Burn out through here, back up through here.
Yeah, we're going to come a little further over this way from him.
Oh, you went 200.
Broke the front end off. Look at this.
Oh, Jesus. Shit. But what happened though?
It just broke the tree out of the, they're just panel bonded and fiberglass in there. See it?
Yeah.
Only this side too. So, I mean, we can just, that door came open too on the pass. So we just drill holes through here, here,
bolted on,
and then bolted onto this.
Okay.
I ain't.
Yeah.
Don't give two shits.
Yeah. No, it's not a big deal. You said it broke
Should've
off.
went a little faster. Well, yeah, it broke.
He said he picked it up. Said he picked it up a lot. It should have went faster. So. Yeah.
All right, let's
go across the scale.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what happened. It broke the whole front end off.
I don't know what happened to that door because it was fine.
Yeah.
But now.
You gonna drive it back to the pit, right?
Yeah.
Safer?
Well, with this door like this,
Yeah.
every time I open it, it hits. So. go ahead and get the front end off, and then I'll open this door. Hey, go ahead and pull the pecker extender off, and then we'll flip it upside down. Hey, we got time if y'all want to go ahead and just do what y'all normally do with the car. Get the car up and start cooling. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was wide open.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what happened to that door, but we got to fix that too. So, bolts, bolt, and we'll be okay. Hang on. It's gonna have to.
Yeah.
There we go. Just like that.
Yeah, like you said, just run some bolts through.
Hey, on all of them. Bolt. I'm so happy. I'm way happier now. I didn't realize that there was this many mounting points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, hey, we'll be okay, man. I didn't realize there's 3 mounting points here. So 4 bolts.
It probably wouldn't hurt to do
And
that
go ahead
side.
and do this side too.
It wouldn't hurt to do that side.
Hey, and then we'll figure out how to get the headlight back in it because we can't get air.
Where's the headlight?
We got it. So we go out for our first qualifying run today, and we made a good lick. We went 80, first qualifier, we went an 80 flat at, I think they said 201. I really believe that it should have went a little bit faster than that, but with everything that we changed yesterday, Brandon had to basically start over with another starting point. I thought that we could possibly back up just a little bit, get some data, and then go from there. And I think that looks like that's what's gonna have to happen. So 80 flat is still right in the middle of the pack. I think it somewhere around 7 or 8. We got 4 more qualifying runs to go. We're gonna fix the car. We got to patch up this front end. About, I don't know, it had to be 659 feet into the run. I saw the front end, and it just boom, flipped up, and I kept on thinking, just stay on. Looked over, passenger doors open. It was just a mess. I don't understand what happened. We didn't shake the car on that pass. I don't know. Sometimes things just happen. So we're gonna get all this fixed, look over the data, and we're gonna go out there and we're gonna make another, more improvement and go faster the next pass. It just seemed everything. I mean, it seemed less violent. You know what I mean? But I think it
looks
just
good. Like the data looks good.
I think it was just like I asked him one step to get some data, and he said no, but I think that's what happened.
No big deal.
And I'm fine with it.
There ain't no big deal.
Hey, I ain't upset about that pass at all. I understand with everything that we changed yesterday, I figured that there was going to be some, okay, man, hey.
For sure.
But with him being who he is and how much he knows, he didn't take a step back like most people would.
Right.
So
I mean,
okay
we were
with
only
that.
100th off.
Look, I'm okay with
But
that.
we picked up 3 mile an hour.
Yeah, look,
like it almost went 202.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, no, hey,
are you good here?
I told
like you know what you need to
absolutely.
do? Okay.
So
I got you some
basically,
JB Quick.
I'm pretty happy about the fact that look at how many there are.
Yeah.
So we'll put a bolt here, a bolt here, a bolt here, a bolt here, 4 here, and then 4 here.
That's
and then do
because-
the same thing over there and it'll be fine.
Weight is a sign of reliability.
Well, hey.
Hey, it probably wouldn't hurt if you're going to glue that headlight in to put something around that one too.
Yeah.
Just
It's crazy, man. You know how many times we've shook these headlights and this whole front end?
A lot.
This is off the MPK car.
Yeah, well,
From a couple years ago.
But hey, that's probably why, it is what it is. So, oh yeah, no, hey, this side's broke too.
oh, yeah.
Man, I don't know how it didn't come all the way off. First
The only thing
things
they held it on
first.
was that side one.
Yep. First things first, I think that we need to find whatever bolts we want to try to use to get in there. So at this point, it's getting dark, it's getting cold quick. They're gonna changed some of the run order up to get Radio versus the World to make another pass, and then Pro 275 is coming up right behind them. So we are putting the car back together now. We got hopefully everything taken care of, bolted the front end back together. All the tree came out of it, basically, is what happened. The headlight broke out of it. We JB quicked that back in. Hopefully it holds up. Hopefully it's dry enough that it's not going to come out on this pass. I sure would hate to run it over, but we did what we could to secure everything, and we're going to go out there and give it another shot. We changed a few things. We do believe, by looking at the data, that it went faster. We just had a problem as soon as I let go of the button, and it slowed down a little bit. So it went faster everywhere except for straight off the button. So we did a couple of changes. Hopefully we're going to pick that up, and we should go a lot faster this next pass. We need to go sub 375 on this pass, which we needed to do the last pass. So now we're behind the curve here. So we're about to go up, and hopefully we get to run in before the track, we lose the track and it gets too cold. So we'll go up and see what happens. We good?
You have to shut the car off. It's already rolled through the water, so he knows he can get the tires to go. He gets it lit up, does his burnout, and then goes out there and just runs it incredible.
Which is Phantom?
Left.
From the left?
They've been holding down the Australian John Rico. All right, listen up, racers, listen up. All you guys down there, take your vehicles back to your trailers. We're going to resume in the morning with 6-0. We will resume in the morning with 6-0. They're not safe. The promoters and the track guys are not willing to go down this track right now, which is a good choice. I mean, you make those choices in life. We have professionals down there that are just
Do we want?
very
You want me to let Ben in here, or you want me to drive it back? Not drive it back, but you know.
Yeah, I don't care.
That is going to be it for the night as the officials, along with Donald Long and
Sucks, but yeah.
So basically what's happening here is the temp is too cold, and it's not necessarily the temp, it's the track temp. So the surface of the temperature of the surface that we're leaving on up there, once it gets below 40 degrees, they won't run anymore, which 40, in my opinion, I don't know, I don't do this a whole lot, but I would assume that that's pushing it. We used to race at 40 on the street, but we don't have all the glue down that they do. The glue doesn't work well with cold temps, and it makes it to where half of the cars in Radio versus the World just smoke the tires, and basically they got, they lost a test. I'm not gonna say that they got screwed out of it. It's nobody's fault, it is what it is, but they decided to cancel it. They'll run some 6-0 in the morning, and then after that, they'll put us back out here. So I like our chances better tomorrow when the sun's beating down anyways. So basically we're strapped in the car. We can all feel it getting cold, and we know they could call it at any minute. Radio versus the World is up in the lanes in front of us, and that's the fastest passes laid down. The whole weekend will be in Radio versus the World. They're up there breaking records, going fast for the first 2-3 pairs. After that, smoke, smoke, smoke. And right then I started thinking they're about to call it. They're gonna finish that round, and then they'll start with us in the morning. I'm sitting in the car, I'm strapped in. There's one Radio versus the World car left. And at this point, not many of them had made it down, but the ones early, before it got, I don't know, maybe even a little bit colder, I don't know. Or maybe the guys that were smoking the tires were trying to go too fast. But either way, they have a limit. And they say that when it gets to 40 degrees track temperature, they call it. They say that's when it's no longer safe for the glue to adhere to the racetrack. So I don't know. We're not, glue is not our deal. It's not our thing. I don't know. It's cold. We've raced on the street at 32 degrees before, and I'm not a fan of it. It is what it is, but they called it. I do like our chances better. It's cold this morning. It's about 10 right now, 10 o'clock right now. It's 35 degrees, something like that, but the sun's out and it's gonna warm up a lot sooner today. So I like our chances better. They're gonna run a couple of classes, get some heat in the track, and then they're gonna go straight into us. So I definitely like our chances better right now. Brandon came over, and when you see him start second guessing his tunes, talking about putting the slower tune up in it, you don't really want to run after that. I'd rather take my chances today with the sun beating down on the track and trying to go mid 70s, because that's where we need to be. Right now, the number one qualifier in our class is a 66. And I'm not saying that our car can't do that. We're just not there yet. We got a handful of passes on this car. 3 passes to the stripe is it. So we're still stepping at it. We get hopefully 3 more qualifiers, and in that time, hopefully that in one of those passes we can step up and get close to the 60s at least, because that's what it's going to take, and that's where we need to be. So we're going to kind of go over the car a little bit. We weren't exactly happy with the whole front end situation. There was a couple of Zeuses that wouldn't fit. We're going to try to line all them up this morning. Other than that, we're going to keep on doing what we've been doing, go up there and put our best foot forward and try to go as fast as we can on this baby tire.
Including one called General Updates that will have 6.0 and open comp in it. We have no
Here, let him start pulling the other side off. Here. Let me see the tools.
Etc. So please, if you're having a hard time hearing it, racers, download the WhatsApp.
We're pulling a little bit of weight out of the car. The track's really good right now. Air's really good right now. And Brandon's second guessing a few things over here, and he's afraid that the car's going to wheelie. So we did put the wheelie control on it, but you need some data for that to work, and we haven't made any passes since then. So take a little weight out of the trunk and try to keep the front end from coming up.
Base of the tower, if you're looking to get something to eat, don't forget. Serving up some good food down here this whole week at Southward Motors.
Baby ain't going nowhere. Here you go, Ben.
Feel better about that, Brandon? All the confidence now.
So Kenny, the Miller family, and all them doing their job, hard-working team right there. I'm telling you.
happened? He has no idea.
Something was out on the left side the whole time.
But the right
He
door
has
was
no idea.
Blowing open on it. Shut it off or shut off? Had a cylinder out on the left side the whole time. Well, like it was putting fuel out the whole way. The right door came open out there too.
I didn't shut it off. He said he didn't know. Uh-uh. It just shut off?
No, it didn't have no power. Wasn't pulling. Wasn't no sense in staying in it. I honestly don't have any idea.
No charger's good.
I don't know. I don't know, man. It just felt like blowing. You know how it feels when you blow through the converter? That's what it felt like. I don't.
Huh.
It just wasn't accelerating.
It went 101. You got your light back.
So do I.
Yeah, I mean better than you have been. 062. Let's go across the scale. Hey, we need to go across the scale and see what that weight did.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Got to find the positives, right? It just felt dead, man. Just gutless. It was good till there, wasn't it?
Yeah. All right, so hopefully you got like it smells like elephant or something. Smell that like the door or something.
Yeah, it feels whenever you're just blowing through a converter. That's kind of the way that it felt.
You're right, little Yeti.
Well,
So I let go of the button.
back in the day when they all
It
had
felt good out of the hole. And next thing I know, it felt like it laid over. It just wasn't making any power, and there's no sense in staying in it. You can do a lot more damage staying in it. So I just lifted. Now we're over here. It definitely lost a couple of cylinders, and now we're trying to figure out why. Did it sound different to you and everything?
Roll the tree, didn't get a time.
We didn't know why you let
It sounded
like it down the rib.
Yeah, that's a tough
I'm
deal.
sure they can
We thought it shut off,
figure
honestly.
out what it went.
No, I shut it off.
It's equally a non-qualifier right here.
Next up, the next pairing, and it's Mr.
No doubt this side was dead, but the EGTs look fine over there, and there's just like that dude. That rocker was a half inch of flash.
Yeah, so it really wasn't doing anything either.
Unless it happened on the shutdown,
I don't know that I would know if we lost one cylinder in this. Not like that. Like it was good until the 60 foot.
All right, so a little Mustang being pushed back here, and the water, I believe, King, that's a good.
This is just a bad connection on the plug wire or something.
that's what I feel like.
It just vibrated off, you know what I mean, after 60
Like it
feet.
was just sitting on there,
Yeah.
and because you can see it try to relight, and it bounces, and
Yeah. Maybe that's all it was doing, was just sitting on top of it. So we're still just sitting here as the day passes, as the sun starts setting, and as the coldness creeps back in. We haven't done nothing all day. This is what we have to get used to with other races. A whole lot of sitting around. There's been a lot of oil downs all day. Like all day yesterday, I sat here, I made one pass all day. We made a pass this morning. Things didn't go great. That makes it even worse. whenever we sit around all day. I'm so antsy right now to get out there and just make another pass, make another pass, make another pass. That's all I want to do is make passes. And unfortunately, you got to go by the schedule. So there's nothing else that we can do. We hope that we found the problem, but it's going to even be worse if we go out there and we make another shit run. We need to go out, and I just found out that this is going to be our last qualifier. We're going to make another one today. We're going to get one more if we can make it. We get one more shot at it. So it's going to be Q3, and then we'll go straight into E1 tomorrow. We really need this one to count. Right now, we're sitting number 10, qualified number 10. We need to move that up a little bit. We need to run bottom 70s, 74, 75 at least on this next pass, and everything needs to go good. And then I'm going to sleep great tonight, and we'll start tomorrow fresh. Everything will be great. And it's very, very doable. We just got to go out and do it. So we're just, we're used to our racing where we come out, we make 4 or 5 passes a day, and this is just different. It's something else that we have to get used to. The Pro Mod racing a couple of weeks ago was about the same way. I always wondered why people came to these races and they'll enter in 3 classes. Now I know. The people that don't enter in 3 classes are the same people over sitting in lawn chairs with the barbecue grill out and cooking steaks and stuff like that. They just make big vacations out of this, which is probably good too if that's what you're used to. So we're just gonna have to get used to it. A little bit different type of racing, a little bit different. Whenever you have to prep the track after a cleanup, things take time. Whereas with the racing that we're used to, you go out there, you mop it up as good as you can, you send them. It takes about half the time to do what they're doing out here. Plus there's a lot of cars here, there's a lot of classes. It just takes a while. We hope we fix the problem on the car, and truly we believe that one of the plug wires was just not snapped on, and that caused one of them. And then we found a smoking gun on the other hole that was messed up, and we actually stripped out one of the adjusters on the rocker. Phantom pulled it off, put a brand new rocker on it. Hopefully it's good now. So that's just something that happens after so many passes. Not much you can do about that. So went over the car, fired it back up. It sounds great. It sounds crisp, just like it did. And I'm ready to go make a pass and see what we can run.
Good?
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Good.
My bad.
Hey,
Hey,
it happened pretty quick.
It
Happened
did.
pretty quick.
I
It was
kept on-
going.
I went, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Next thing I know,
Well,
dude,
normally-
I felt it.
No, you were in the air.
Yeah, I know.
You were in the air. Normally when it's come up like that, it set it back down. Well, it didn't set down that time. So
Once it came up, though, it came up. I
yeah,
don't
no,
know-
it happened
I
in a hurry.
don't know if everything is okay over here. Obviously, the front end is all busted up and shit. You know, but
Yeah,
that door's got to come off, and
yeah,
I don't care what we do to it. So
yep.
good. Yeah, no, he said nothing's leaking.
No,
I don't know
we
that
didn't.
it even hit the ground.
There was sparks. Like we need to check the
I'm
A-arms
sure-
out
I'm
because
sure
they're
it's- I'm
titanium
sure
and
it's
shit.
the
But
Zooms. I'm sure
oh,
it's
for
the Zooms.
sure, for sure. Ben, if you want to hop in, we'll.
Okay.
You're.
You're good with riding your bike?
It's pretty cold. You sure you want to ride it?
Yeah, right. Other than that,
Yeah, we'll just have to get it up and look. The only thing I'm really worried about, maybe the A-arms or maybe busted a strut. Hard to say.
the strut, I don't know about. But
Yeah.
everything else, I think it's fine.
All right, man. We'll see you down there.
Okay. So we go up for our last pass, our second pass of the day. It's cold. They just sprayed the track. We put a hot tune up in it, and it, the front end came up. It came up quick, and I should have pedaled it a little bit sooner. But every pass, when the lockup comes in, it comes up a little bit.
All right, so
It just
Grambling.
didn't come back down that
Lost,
time.
man, what a deal.
That's 100% the pass that we needed. It went really fast to the 60 foot, and that's the pass that we needed. We just need to not wheelie. Now we got to check over the car. Car had all four off the ground, all four tires off the ground. If there's nothing bent or broke, then we're extremely lucky. I don't know what else to say. We got a lot of going over the car to do to see if we can even make another pass. At this point, I don't know if it's worth it or not to make another one. We may try to jump in some other class tomorrow and just take it down the track and see if it's okay. 6-0 and open comp runs in the morning. I may get in one of those classes, see if we can't make a pass, go from there.
Or quicker.
All right, so it's like day 133 that we've been here, camped out in this spot, and we've made like 5 passes in all those days. It's just long days of waiting around. Finally, we got to make one last night. We had the big wheelie. It hurt more than we thought that it did, but it probably didn't hurt as much as it should have from what happened. The chassis ate up a lot of it. The header ate up a lot of it. But we do have some problems. We're not 100% sure what the car's going to do. We rescaled and aligned everything in the front end. The upper down bar is pushed in and up just a little bit. I called Brandon over. I asked him what he thought. If he thought that it wasn't safe, I wouldn't make a pass in it. But if we could get all the numbers right and the toe, and which toe's very important. If we get the toe right, everything will be okay. The tire and wheel on the driver's side, it is leaned in just a little bit, but camber won't really hurt you with what we're doing as long as the toe is good. And we got the toe where we needed it to be. We pushed the thing around the pit for a little while last night, checked where the steering wheel was at, and only thing we know to do is to get into open comp, which is another class that's fixing to run here shortly. Go to the 330, let go of the button, see what happens. We're not gonna know if it goes straight until we go out there and see if it goes straight. We've checked the car over pretty good. We're pretty confident that there's no bends other than what we've seen, cracks, broken stuff, anything like that. Fired it up, everything's great. We did drive it off the track, so I knew nothing wrong with the motor, but just because Phantom went ahead and changed the Pro Charger, anything that takes a hit like that, it's better. It's right off the crank, and so it's better to just change it. I feel like we've done everything we need to do to go out there and be stupid again. So that's what we're going to try to do. And if things go well, we qualified, I believe, 11, and we have to race a guy who went 71. So it is what it is. If it's safe, we'll make that call. If it doesn't go good in open comp, then we'll go from there. I mean, we still showed everybody we can still do cool shit with this car, though.
This car just brings the cool no matter what.
So dumb.
No matter
I
feel
feel
how
just
much
like I
nice
did
stuff we give it, it still just wants to.
I feel like
act a
just
fool.
like I did 9 years ago when everybody was like, that was crazy. And I'm like, man, that was stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that shit again. And then, you know how many times people are, whenever we said we was coming here, we're going to see the same thing we saw last time? Hell no. Hell no. And then here we are.
History repeats itself, I guess.
Yeah. I'm going to go, I guess, get suited up. They're going to call us pretty quick. If they just call just open comp, I don't know. I guess we just roll up whenever. Okay, I'm going to go get dressed.
Okay, once it's gone, like the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl, gone.
How did it? I know it spun the tire, but when you stuck it out there, could you drive it?
I think so.
It probably got a spring or something, Phantom.
Huh?
It probably got a spring or something.
Like a valve spring?
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I got back in it out there, I don't know if it didn't shift. I don't know if it was on the limiter. I don't know. But I fired it back up just to get to here because it stopped whenever I made that huge turn right here. Like stopped. I don't know that it 100% sounded right. I at least wanted to feel some power to see if it was going to pull one way or another, and still didn't really get nothing.
Yeah.
That was there.
Backing up.
What do you mean?
That was
every
that was
time
all
you
it would
said
go?
left, I was left.
It was going right.
I mean, this way's left. Every time you said left, I was.
Huh.
I don't think it's right. No, probably just the car. I'm sure the motor's fine. Oh, my gas light's on. So we went up to open comp just to try to see if the car was going to go straight. It's definitely got some issues. The whole backing up thing. He kept saying left. I was going left. He said the car was going right. I don't know if that has anything to do with how far the tire's leaning in, but man, it's definitely got some issues. If I feel anything just out of control, then I'll lift. It didn't tell us a whole lot because the track wasn't prepped that good for open comp. So we were trying to go faster than what the glue would allow, and it just knocked the tires off. So it didn't tell us a whole lot. So if things don't go as planned out there in the past, I'm going to lift, and we'll just go from there.
Sounds good. RamJack, Ontario, Canada, in the right side.
What?
It's all right as it can be, I guess.
You did a hell of a job saving it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's bent for sure. The front half.
Is?
The front half.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Have to go back to the chassis shop after this. Did it hurt his back?
He's a little sore.
You right, Papa?
Yeah. Back hurt? Not too bad, man. No, it ain't right.
No. Twisted?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we just made one in open comp. Of course, it just smoked the tires, so it didn't tell us a whole lot. But even the backing up and stuff, it's just
feel it
the
cocked.
steering's all.
Did you guys pull tow and everything else?
We did. We changed it all, fixed it all.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, I'm
towed.
sure it was.
Yeah. This whole bar
That means it
over on
meant
this
something.
side, this whole bar on this side, you can see it. It's in it in. The motor plate is bowed. We just wanted to see what it was going to do, if it was going to drive straight. You know, it should be fine. But you can see this wheel right here, how bad it's towed in. Like it's leaning in pretty good. But that shouldn't hurt anything.
84 for Soldridge. They get down to the split. Look at a kid in 60 foot, man. That Chevrolet Camaro was eating the track up at .976. That's Robbie and the crew out there putting in work.
What'd you say?
Front end up, one up.
Yeah. Are you good in there?
I wanted to make sure that I'm going the right way. So yeah, no, I was going aggressive. What are you gonna do, man?
Hey, we're loading it up under its own power.
I could feel the wheelie control that time.
We didn't have to.
It's too aggressive.
We didn't have to get the rollback over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's definitely aggressive, man. I felt it come up. Next thing you know, it's almost like you just reached over and shut it off.
Yeah.
And which I was coming off the throttle anyways, so maybe it.
I
As soon as I left, I went, oh man, you know. But hey, 100%. If there's no wheelie control on that, it'd have done the same thing it did last night.
Oh yeah.
Same exact thing.
He said we got to get the right stuff on. I said, oh yeah, we won't come back half caught next time. We'll get us another set of rear shocks. The rear shocks.
Yeah,
and he said it just won't extend quick enough to keep the front end down. So
I buy that.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, man? We didn't tear it up too bad.
No.
It just needs to be front half.
Yeah, that's all. No big deal.
I know VFN dude already messaged me and said, looks like I'll start making you a new set of doors. I said, make them a little bit thicker.
Just a touch.
Just a touch bit thicker.
Yeah.
I said it broke the front end too, so maybe he'll send us another front end.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right,
you went 007 red. You got your light back.
It went 007 red?
Yeah.
I went red?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Man, how I go red?
007 red, 101 60 foot.
Well, that's probably tripped that one with the back tires.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. Front end came up and it just automatically left.
Which is exactly what I was afraid of.
Yeah. Yep. Oh well, now we won't get to Florida late.
Turns out it's gonna rain all day Monday.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it don't.
Ain't no sense in stopping, right?
No. If it had made a full pass, I'd have wanted to see what it weighed.
Yeah. So, eliminations, and I'm pretty sure that nothing's right in the chassis. Just from pushing it around, just from backing it up whenever we went up and made our little shakedown run this morning, just from the way that the steering wheel is, just the way that everything feels in the car, I can tell it's different. So we really needed that pass this morning to at least hook a little bit and go to where we could see if the car was going to go straight or not. Unfortunately, it didn't. So the only thing that we could do is go up there, let go of the button, and lift if things don't go right. And obviously, we go up there. I let go of the button. Phantom said I went 007 red or something. I don't know. I can't believe I went red, but I was definitely going for it. But let go of the button. Car pretty much does the same thing. It took off pretty good, and then it started to wheelie. And as soon as it started to wheelie, I felt the wheelie control kick in on that one, and it was going towards the wall, and I started lifting as soon as I felt the wheelie control pulling power out of the car. And it's just, with the chassis twisted the way that it is, it's applying different power levels to each tire, and now the car's not going straight. So we thought about that, and we took that into consideration, and at this point, there's nothing that can be done about it. I'm sure that we could go in there and put it back on the scales, reset the car up, and align it to the tweaked chassis. But there's no sense in that. There's no time in that, and we're out. That was Elim's won. We lost. We're done for the weekend, so the car can go back to DMC and get whatever it needs. I don't know if it needs a complete front half. I would assume it only needs the driver's side, but that's for them. They'll know as soon as they get it up on their jig table and start measuring everything. So all in all, I don't believe that it was I'm not upset with how the weekend went. If this is what we're going to do, if we're going to start attempting to do this, then there's a few other things that we've got to do to get our shit together. And one of them be a set of radial shocks. That could possibly be hurting us worse than anything that we got for the car. We're as loose right now on extension as we can possibly be. So when we let go of the button, the car's extending. The leverage is overcoming the shocks. The car's extending like we want it to. It's extending like 6.5 inches, which is totally fine. But it's not doing it till about half track. And we needed to extend a lot earlier than that. The shocks on extension, since they're for slicks, the extension is really tight and the compression is really loose. We need opposite of that for a radial car to extend really fast. So we thought that we could get it to work. We should have sent them back off to Kinetic and had our buddy Chris Bell revalve them for the radials, but it was just an oversight. We didn't think about it until we got here. So everything else went pretty good. I know the car is going to be a beast, and I know the car can compete in this class. And at some point, we'll do it again. Unfortunately, for now, the car's got to go back on a slick for us to possibly take it to some MPKs this year and do some no prep stuff with it. So as soon as possible, we got to get this thing back up to DMC, make the long haul all the way up to Boston, and have them guys start checking it out. So that's kind of where we're at with everything. It was still a good weekend. We had a good time. Glad we came. Got to do something we haven't done in a long time and see how behind the curve we are. So I don't think it'll take us long to catch up. We have most of the right equipment and most of the right people behind us to make it happen. So I feel good about it, and I ain't gonna hang my head over anything that happened this weekend. So the wheelie deal was something you never want, especially whenever you've done it before. It brings nothing to the table. A couple of new pictures is all it brings to the table, and now it brings new chassis work. So nobody ever said growing up we were going to get smarter. So we'll just keep doing what we're doing. It's working out.